Hi everyone, today we're going to look at the CTT power on delay hold up, and this is the counter timer tachometer. It's a timer and counter mix mode function. And up on my screen here I have the pages of the manual, and what you'll see is that we have a timing chart here for our power on delay hold. So let me just increase that a little bit so we can actually read that unit. And you see my power signals here. As soon as my power turns on, it will time up, and then my output will either be timed or maintained on. And you'll notice that the reset signal will only then reset that back to 0, and it will start timing up again. My start signal will hold that unit or that set value as it times up. And the interesting one is the power signal. So if once I lose the power signal, it turns off. My output turns off, obviously, because there's no power to keep it on. But when I turn the power back on, my output still is maintained in the on position for me. So that is the timing chart for the power on hold. Then our counter input is set for up, and then we have a series of counter output modes that we can set. In our particular case, we're going to actually set output mode P. And output mode P here, what it will do is it will count up to our set value and then turn on the output, and as it turns on, it will still maintain and keep the response of our pulses, so that when our pulse indication turns off, the count value will continue where it left off, so we don't lose pulses at all. So that is our counter output mode P. Then we have our timer and counter wiring diagrams that we can is displayed for this particular mode. So all of the information that you need to program is all contained within 4 or 5 pages instead of the 300-page manual that we have. Then we have our parameters to set up this particular mode on our counter timer mix mode. So if we look at our CTT, we'll hit and hold our mode key to get into programming mode. Then our function comes up, which is our mix mode. Then we have our timing, which is going to be up, so our timer will increment. Then we have our timing mode, which is power on delay hold, right here. Then we have our timing unit cycles, which is going to be set for 0.1 seconds. Then we have our counter input, which is going to be up. Our counter output mode, we set this for P. Then we have our speed, and our speed is set for 200 Hertz, right here. Then we have T1, this is our output. We're going to set for 0, so it's maintained. And then T output 2 is set for 500 milliseconds, or a half a second. And then our decimal place for our counter, and then our prescale. So with the decimal place and the prescale, we can do engineering units on this actual unit. So each pulse will represent a distance or other engineering variable that you want. Then we have power. So when the power goes off, it's set for saving. And then we have a reset of our unit, which is set for 20 milliseconds. So we need a 20 millisecond signal on that input of the reset in order to reset this CTT. Then our input is set for PNP, which is the way in which it's wired to the actual unit. And mode again takes us right back to the beginning. Now to get back into our run mode, we hit and hold our mode key again for 3 seconds, goes back into run. And you see here that we have 10 seconds displayed for our timer. Hit mode again, there's our counter set for 10. And then we have a mix mode, so we can see both the counter and the timer on the display. So let's just look at how this actually is going to work, and we will give it some, first of all, for our pulses, for our counter. So you can see the counter is going up, and what it should do is automatically self-reset, which is exactly what it's doing, and keeps on counting up, reset, count up. So that looks like it's working well. Then if we hit the reset, and then off again, you'll notice that now my timer is timing up. You can see my timer flashing, and as soon as we get to the 10 seconds, my output should then turn on, which is exactly what it's doing. Now with the hold, if I turn power off the entire unit and turn it back on again, once again my output's still on and my timer's still set for 10. We'll display both the counter and the timer. There we go. So very versatile unit, this unit. We can have both timers and counters on the same unit. So all the links and documentation can be found on our website at accautomation.ca. If you like this video and like to see more, there are 3 ways in which you can help us out. You can give us a thumbs up so other people can find this information. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also go to ACC Automation and subscribe to our website. When you do, notification will be given to you every time we publish new content to the site. You'll also get 2 free ebooks on numbering systems and robust data logging. And the third thing to do to help us out is to tell a friend or colleague about the site. Alright, that's it for now. Thanks for watching.